Hey guys, how's it going today? Welcome to a brand new series of a game called Dyson Sphere Program. I've already played quite a bit of this game just to get my understanding of the game before I show it off, and I think it is a very, very cool game. It is basically a lot like Satisfactory, but it takes on a little bit of a different twist. It's also like Factorio as well. It's kind of like those games. But our goal is to kind of travel across the galaxy and create these mega structures like a Dyson sphere. So let's just go ahead and start a new game. And as you can see, we get a random galaxy, we get some random stars and stuff like that. We can randomize it even more. And this is kind of the layout of it. Now, I don't think that our actual starting area changes much. I could be wrong by that, but I don't think so. So also, if you wanted to play this exact same place, you can also use this cluster seed too. But you know, yeah, there's I guess there's a black hole. That's kind of terrifying. Is that this? Yes, that is that. Interesting. So I guess maybe we'll get to a black hole at some point. That'd be kind of cool. All right, let's go ahead and start the game.
Welcome to the actual universe. You may find it's different from our homeland. Should you be able to adapt to the laws of physics in a short time, I am your advisor and will help you through this mission.
I also have to say the graphics are actually a lot better than I thought they were going to be. I was kind of expecting, like lower detail, especially for an early access title.
Is yours.
But everything looks really good in this game.
Of the Dyson Sphere program, you will explore this cluster step by step. By using the resources here to construct the Dyson Sphere to provide energy for the center brain to maintain homeland, starting from scratch. I have chosen a designated planet for you to start the mission, which has necessary resources for initial development. Now please drive the space capsule to the planet.
Okay, and so now we get to actually drive this thing. So, yeah, I mean, the graphics seem to be pretty good for this game, and the gameplay is pretty enjoyable too. It's basically going through this massive tech tree, and you know, I'll show you it all. The beginning's a little, slow.
Now you are about to reach the designated planet.
But once you get it going, once you get a lot of resources, it is very easy to just continuously build over and over and over again. And already I'm not really liking the start.
This is Icarus, a lightweight industrial mecha with powerful functionality. You can use the arrow keys or right-click.
So yeah, he's just gonna tell us to do stuff. I know that
you will manipulate Icarus to travel beyond.
The first thing that we have to do is we have to destroy this. So I'm just gonna do that.
You can use the same operation to collect resources, such as trees, gravel, etc. In the meantime, hold down Shift and right-click to give a series of commands. You receive several items after recycling the space capsule. Click the inventory button in the lower right corner of the screen to open the cabin to view them.
Okay. Alright, so we're just gonna start by collecting some iron. Now, I said that I don't really like the start of this,
hold down mouse middle
and this is because
to rotate
it is...
the angle of view, or slide the mouse wheel to zoom in.
We get it, buddy. We get it. So yeah, I don't really like this area, mainly because it's on an island. It's not a very good start. Alright, that's gonna be enough for me right now. So let's just go ahead and fly over this way. Now this uses a lot of your energy. And that's something else that's interesting about this game, is that you have to worry about your survival of your mech and other things too. Now, when this reaches 0, you don't die. Everything's just really slow. You walk slow, fabrication is slow, and stuff like that. So that's a little unfortunate. But it's important to make sure that it stays nice and good. And you can do that just by giving fuel to your fuel chamber.
Yet you have not unlocked the construction menu, which will be done automatically when complete any technology research. Click the technology tree button at the bottom right of the screen to open the technology tree and activate a research.
Okay, we get it. All right. So essentially, this is the whole research tree. It's pretty extensive. I've only made it to about the first tier here, and then kind of at that point you start to be producing these electromagnetic matrices, which is going to be kind of the goal for probably the first 2 or 3 episodes. I think for the first episode we're definitely going to be able to get a good start to our progression, but it's still going to take some time. So opening the fabrication, we can just make 10 of these. And something else that's really nice about this game is that it will actually auto-create the things that you need for this, so you don't have to make each individual thing over and over again. So for instance, this copper ingot, it's just going to queue that up for us already. And in fact, I guess it didn't need to. It's just making the magnets. That's interesting. Even though... What? Did I have copper on me already? Maybe. Alright. So that research is going to be done. There we go. So this will give us some gatherings.
A mining machine to achieve.
Alright, how do we turn him off? How do we turn him off? Okay. Only show necessary tips.
Ore collecting automation.
I don't know if that's gonna work. Okay, so there might not be a way to
pick it up from the inventory, or select it on gathering
turn him off.
Construction menu to build it,
which is a little annoying. So I would like to have another iron deposit. But I guess the one that's on the little island over here isn't the biggest of the issue. We can always just transport those resources back this way. Alright, so our energy is depleting, so let's go ahead and fill that up. I'm just going to drop one of these in there.
All mecha activities. If it is depleted, the activities will be restricted.
Alright. Yes.
You can click the mecha panel button at the bottom right of the screen to open the mecha panel and resupply fuel into the fuel chamber.
Yep, exactly.
You can use the R key to rotate the mining machine for covering more veins. The more veins covered, the faster the ores will be gathered. If you want to ignore grid snapping, try holding down the shift key.
Alright, so I'm just going to go ahead and place, I think for now I'll place a wind turbine right here. Wind turbines you can kind of place wherever, and they'll be generating the same amount of electricity right now, so it really doesn't matter.
You have established your first power grid. Not all power facilities has its power supply area. Use the Tesla Tower to extend
this guy's really going to be interrupting me all throughout this gameplay, isn't he? Okay, so then we just need
the first power transmission facility, Tesla Tower. It can carry out short-distance wireless power transmission and expand the power supply area of the power grid. Click on it to view the current power grid information.
Yep. So we're actually not supplying enough energy already. So so essentially this mining machine is basically working up to 50. We don't have any sort of conveyor belt or anything like that attached to it yet, so that's just going to make it so that it, stops. So we have to manually collect it right now, but we can automate it later on. We just have to get the correct research. So right here is going to be conveyor belts, sorters, and storage, and this is going to be used for automation. So we'll start with that, and for this fabrication we need 10 of these. We can make 70 currently, and we are going to need 10 of these as well. And luckily we have enough copper on us too, and there we go. So yeah, now there we go. Now it's actually making the ingots that it needs for this. For some reason it wasn't doing that before. I don't know what the reasoning for that was. I might have had copper ingots already on me. And we can also, you know, something else that's nice too is that if you double click on any of these buildings, you can start fabricating them. So when you need certain buildings and stuff like that, I'm just going to make an excess amount of Tesla towers, and I'm also going to make 2 extra wind turbines right now because we're going to need that power. And I'm also going to need, we're also going to need some more mining machines. So let's make 3 right now. So we have 1 on iron, we need 1 on copper, we need 1 on stone, and then we also need 1 on coal too, and I need to place in some power.
You have received the sorter and the conveyor belt, which can achieve full automation now. Use the conveyor belt to transport the piled up ores from the mining machine, and the sorter can deliver the ores from the conveyor belt to the smelter for automatic smelting.
So I'm just going to go, we don't have
all
enough.
You need to do is determine the starting point and the end point of it. In addition, use the up arrow key to lift up 1 level, and use the down arrow key to drop down 1 level after the conveyor belt is lifted.
Oh man.
Press keypad 0 to reset the construction height of the conveyor belt to the ground.
Alright, yes.
If you don't want the conveyor belt to be attached to the building, you can try holding down
I
the
turned
shift
him
key.
off. Did it not work or something? Tip level, only show necessary tips. Yes, please. Okay, so does he just want me? Okay, he wants me to place these down. Okay. Well, we can destroy them as well and just get all the resources back, which is very nice. I really appreciate that in this game because there's a lot of problems. So, like, there's a lot of planning that goes into this, and oftentimes you'll do something, you don't like it, and then you redo it, and something along the lines of that. And this game handles that pretty well. Because there is no blueprint stage. There is no, you can't really create your own blueprints, which would be something that would be kind of nice for this game. But I don't think it's needed with the way that it does things. And also, if you stand closer to where you're building, it'll go faster because your nanobots, or whatever they're called, repair bots, whatever they are, essentially need to go back and forth between what the building is and also you. So, a little helpful to stand close by. Alright, I'm just going to go ahead and collect some more copper right now, because that is one thing that we don't already have mining. Like I said, the start of the game is very slow, but it picks up very quickly. Alright, so I'm just going to bring this to here for right now. And the reason I'm only bringing it that far is because we're going to put another mining machine right here, and I don't want to have to redo this. Alright. So that right there will get us the most amount. So I'll plop that there. And I'm going to drag this there, and we'll bring it back down. And I only have 1. Okay, back to fabrication. And we can't create this because I don't have any iron. Well, we can solve that. Okay, we should also get started on some coal too. And this, I actually don't know where coal is. Because coal is a very easy resource to just constantly be refueling off of. But you can also get wood as well, and you can just burn that. So that's what I'm going to do for right now. Just so that way we have some energy. But yeah, we went through those fuel rods pretty quickly. There we go, he's picking up speed now. Okay, so 132 megajoules in there now. Now, to find coal. Oh, crude oil. I've actually never found crude oil. I wonder, can we just actually start harvesting this by itself? No. Okay, so we need something for that. So where's coal? This would be stone. I would have figured that there would be, like, coal around the starting area. Is that it right over there? Yep, that's coal. Okay, so it's a little far away. That's a little annoying. Oh, there's also more coal right there. So normally when I've started, coal seems to start around me, but I guess not in this case. So we are just gonna go ahead and place this the best we can. Okay, that's pretty good. And somehow we have to get power over here. I could just create another network of these. That'll probably be fine. Okay, and then we are going to need to get some more of these. Now, luckily for us, when you're crafting conveyors, you actually craft 3 times the amount. So when you're crafting 10, you actually craft 30. So they're kind of cheap, somewhat. Alright, let's take that. And how's the satisfaction going? So we're actually not generating enough here. So let's just go ahead and place down the extra wind turbine. And at some point we'll have this all reconnected back to the other area. Okay, and then we can just go ahead and stick that in there, and there we go. And let's get... I mean, I would like the conveyors to come back somehow, but we don't really have enough. Alright, there we go. Ah, no. Okay, we're getting closer. It's quite a long journey to get all of this back. I'm hoping we can do it. Now it does take energy to fabricate, well, replicate, I guess.
You can now click the planet thumbnail button in the lower left corner of the screen, or press the M key to try the planet view mode.
So the planet view mode just looks like this. It'll show you some nice deposits.
In the planet view mode, you can hold down the middle mouse button drag, rotate the angle of view, and hold down the right mouse button.
Man, I thought I turned this guy off.
Angle of view. Press N key to point to the front to the North Pole.
So yeah, and then you can also hit N to basically get yourself oriented.
In the planet view mode,
so the North Pole is always on top.
To enter the star map mode.
Alright, so this is good. Let's continue. I'm gonna go around this. Okay, we're almost back to where we want to start building. Alright, I need some iron though. So let's head over to our mining machine that's mining all this iron. Looks like I'm gonna need... Actually, no, we're good on coal right now. You kind of eat through coal pretty quick, too. Alright, I think I'm gonna be back once we get all of this set up. Okay, so welcome back. I just finished basically the rudimentary start of the coal. So we basically have 3 sorters going from this conveyor belt into the storage, which should be able to keep up with what the mining machine is spitting out. Now we could also put some sorters on this side too, but then I don't think all 3 of these would be working, so it really doesn't matter. So as you can see, this is just stacking up pretty nicely, and yeah, we can just go ahead and just throw this stuff in there right now. I'm not really too worried about coal because yeah, you don't really run out of it. We're gonna go ahead and start mining the stone too. I placed that mining machine down, and also we want to get this started over here too. Now I had to get some wind turbines over here too because it turns out you can't build on the ocean. Go figure. So I had to get some wind turbines on this side as well, and I'll go ahead and stick this on that side, just like that. So at this point, we basically have every single resource that we care about right now mining. Not everything's automated yet though. We do need to get some stuff before we do that. So as you can see, what we are currently on track to research right now will unlock the smelter, and when we get to the smelter, that's when we can actually make some basic things like ingots, magnets, stuff like that, glass, cement stacks, I think, something, stone stacks, something like that, something along the lines of that. So let's just go ahead and start replicating this stuff too. And I'm just gonna go ahead and speed through this so that way you guys don't have to sit through this too. Alright, so while that's happening, I think let's go ahead and check. So we're going to need this to run into a couple of smelters itself. This stuff's going to need to run through smelters. This is going to have to run through some smelters. Let's go ahead and get this. Go out. And this way. Like this. Go ahead and continue this down. Ooh. I don't like that. I don't like how close that is. That might be fine. Okay, and this research is completing now too. So we will get the smelters. Alright, great. And the tutorial guy is not coming back. That is fantastic. No more interruptions. So normally what I would do is I would kind of have these running into storage containers, but I'm not going to do that this time. I'm just going to go ahead and just kind of have them being transferred into materials right away. I'm going to go ahead and clear these trees though. If I can click on them. Oh, I'm in the build menu. That's why. Alright, and then we just throw all that into our fuel chamber. Okay, so we can make the smelter now. Now, I'm going to do something that's kind of interesting. I'm going to actually create a row of smelters on this side, and these smelters are going to be creating different things though. And I'm going to kind of show you how I've been using conveyors.
You built a smelter
with
which
this,
can smelt
because I think it's pretty cool how this game works with this.
Automatically, while you want to make the raw materials and
So,
products get in and out of it autonomously.
Of course, the tutorial guy has to come back now. So sorters, which is the way that you get materials out of things, can jump a couple of blocks. So you can actually, you know, if we put 2 rows of conveyors right here, then we can actually create one smelter that's, let's say, creating iron.
After selecting the recipe, you can use the less than key to copy the recipe, and the greater than key to paste the next building that needs to set the same recipe.
Yep. But then we can also have another one making a magnet. So we can basically have like a sorter going from, you know, this one to the first one, and then this one to the second conveyor. And I'm gonna have to go ahead and make some more conveyors now too. Okay, so basically what we can do is now, because actually, do I want the magnet on the first one? No, I want, yeah, no, that's fine. I might change that around. So this can then start here, and then we can have a sorter go from this one to here, and this one to there. Now this does decrease the speed that the sorter works at. So each sorter has a speed. So as you can see, 0.75 trip per second, and This one will be 1.5 trip per second. Now this isn't a big issue, especially for taking out of a smelter, because smelters are kind of slow. But it is kind of a big deal for the conveyor belt itself, because there's so many resources coming down this that you want to be able to go pretty fast. And of course, I don't have the necessary things for this. Once we have all this stuff going into storage containers too, it is very easy to just start making stuff on the spot. And I need this. Let's go ahead and make 10 of them. And there we go. And okay, I'm gonna go ahead and switch this around though. And I want to make that. And this one, I want to make that. And then for this one, we will set it up this. And then also another magnet would be here too. Now I don't know if this is the most efficient way of doing this. It probably isn't. It would probably be more efficient to run a splitter going, starting here and doing 2 lines, and then 1 line being fed to here and 1 line being fed to here. And that is something that we would probably do at some point, but we don't have the splitters and mergers right now, so it's just not possible. Okay, and this one would go here. Okay, so now we can finally get this started. So there we go. So we're creating magnets and we're creating iron ingots. And then we are going to need some storage containers to store them in. And I need more stone for that. Luckily for us, our stone mining machine has been working. And also, all of these have storage in them as well, so they can actually go up to 50, I think. So 50 magnets, 50 steel ingots, or iron ingots, and so forth. So I'm going to go ahead and bring this down probably further. It's probably a good amount. And it does look like we can also fit another smelter with the amount that we're supplying. We can probably maybe even fit another 2. And magnets. So already it's kind of starting to look like a factory, which is great. Now we do have a lot of barren land that we are going to be using. But this is a pretty good start so far. So yeah, we have energy, we have iron ingot production, and also magnet production now. We're probably going to be working on, yeah, we'll work on cement. Or actually, what is it actually called? I guess it's just called stone. And it requires stone ore. Okay, interesting. So yeah, we'll get stone production up and running in the next episode, and then also copper production up and running in the next episode as well. That stuff shouldn't take too long, and copper can only be transformed into 1 item right now anyway, so it's not going to be the same deal as iron. Whereas with stone, it can actually go into 2 things. It can go into stone, or actually, I mean, we do use copper. Yeah, it doesn't matter. So stone also goes into glass too. And yeah, but for everything we need copper ingots. So we're just going to transform all of the copper into copper ingots. And so yeah, I think that's going to do it for this episode. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this game. I'm enjoying this game a lot, and I will see you guys in the next episode. If you guys like this episode, hit that like button. If you guys have any comments, questions, concerns, anything of the sorts, please leave them in the comments down below. And as always, if you guys are brand new to the channel and you guys like what you saw, then please do go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I would also like to thank the Patreons that support this channel, and if you too would like to become a Patreon, you can go ahead and do so in the description down below. Thank you all so very much for watching. Have a fantastic day, and I will see you guys in the next episode.